Shalom, dear friends. I want to speak to you in the holiest place in the world about my book, Prayers of the Heart. So, this book is available along with my other books for sale, sold at cost as much as possible. The price is low and available for you to enjoy. So, this book is a combination, a compilation of my prayers to Hashem, my hisbodedus, my meditations, and spiritual growth over the years. The book started writing it my early 20s, and now about 100 or so it's been a long time. And I continued writing over the years, different prayers on different topics. Give you a few: going to Israel, bring me close to Hashem, no more confusion, patience, emunah, simcha, joy, not surrendering, being in batel, about learning the Shema, asking Hashem, something before prayer, prayers before Chatzos, my own prayers for Chatzos, morning the temple. And the reason I did this was because Rabbi Nachman teaches, and it came way before him, but we'll quote him because he inspired us in these later generations to do so, that if you go and you learn Torah, that you should go and pray that you fulfill what you learned. So he said, make my Torah lessons into prayers. And so Reb Nassan, his disciple, did so. And besides that, he encouraged a person that he said, if you want to come close to Hashem, the secret to coming close to Hashem is to do his bodedus, to speak to Hashem in your own words, to make that personal connection. And he reminded us that, Yitzchak, my holy Avos, Isaac, he went to the Sada, he went to the field, and he prayed to Hashem. He created the Mincha prayer. And how did he do so? He spoke in his own words. Now we have the prayer book, and we're a little lazy in a way to really pray from our own words, from our own soul. And the great assembly, the great Sanhedrin, they compiled the prayers for us to make it easier for us, because they saw that we would not be able to pray properly without this help, that's without some type of orderly fashion. But before that, the rabbis, the regular people, they prayed in their own words to Hashem, and this is how they drew close. And Rabbi Nachman says, if you see a tzaddik and you see that he's close to Hashem, and even if he were to tell you that he did not speak to Hashem in his own words and do his bodedus, then you should not believe him, because there's no way that you can come close to Hashem without this. So it doesn't really matter if you are Hasidish or Litvish or Sephardic, whatever you are, the only way to come close to Hashem is to connect to him in a personal way, to speak to him and draw close. So these were my personal talks with Hashem over the years, and in a way I don't want you to buy this book because it's very personal to me. You can see my different struggles throughout through the words. You read between the lines, you can understand what I was going through at different times. But and one of the nice things about writing your prayers then is it helps you to think a little more when you're praying to Hashem, because you should use your words wisely. Rabbi Nachman says that Hashem wants you to conquer him, like so to speak, when you pray to him. Convince him. Make a plea that like you're a lawyer before a judge, and be convincing that why you need what you're praying for. And so when you're writing things down, it helps you to think more clearly, not just to speak randomly. So the book, second, remembering Gemara, I have to give this nice man some tzedakah right away. So in this book, I also have the prayer Perek Shira compiled nicely in here. Just learn when you give tzedakah always to do it with a smile and with your right hand. So in this is also the Tikkun HaKlali prayer as an added thing. I wanted you all to benefit that you have it also in the same book. In Hebrew and English, you have that prayer. And also Perek Shira in Hebrew and English. I had to check. I've written so many books I forget sometimes what I did. So I really hope you'll enjoy this book. And it encourages you to find Hashem in your own way. You know, every person's a little bit different. We have, the prayer book, the prayers we have, the 3 times a day, they're like a guide. But you have to also go outside that and give your own personal feelings, emotions to Hashem to make that true connection. And that summarizes it. Shalom from the Holy Kaisel. I thank all those who have supported my works by purchasing them and reading them, giving them as gifts. A good time now for the holiday. Thank you so much, my friends.